You are listening to True-10 Crimecast, the only independent true crime podcast in the 210 area. Listen, share, and spread the word because when the true crime community comes together, cases get solved. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our channel on YouTube and Spotify. Listener discretion is advised. Our stories take us back to February 22nd, 1988. A young SAPD officer, Edwyn Gorrell, was working his shift as part of the downtown foot patrol. He had only been on the force for 2 years. He was married and had 2 young children. Although Gorrell was young at the age of 34, he had a promising career and took the role of this officer very seriously. He left his job and loved serving his community. He often wore plain clothes, blending in with the environment. He wasn't undercover, but he kept it casual, probably to identify suspects that could potentially be problems. Downtown San Antonio, even back 40 years ago, was very much a high point of interest. The Riverwalk, restaurants, the crowds, and big tourist sites attracted all sorts of individuals. Officer Gorrell was patrolling his usual areas, close by Santa Rosa and West Nueva Street. Around 6 p.m., Officer Gorrell noticed a man and woman walking on the sidewalk. The woman appeared heavily intoxicated, struggling to walk on her own, while the man was pulling at her. This sent red flags to Gorrell, who approached the couple as they passed him. Instead of getting a straight answer from the couple, the man quickly became aggressive and evasive and began to fight back with Officer Gorrell. Gorrell immediately called for backup, and fellow patrol officer that was nearby, Officer Onofre Cerna, quickly responded. As Cerna made his way to Gorrell, he could see the 2 men scuffling on the sidewalk. Attempts to get the man off Gorrell were unsuccessful, and the suspect was able to retrieve the officer's radio and his .38 caliber pistol. And as he turned around, he shot Officer Cerna in the chest. He then shot Officer Gorrell in the head. The suspect would take off on foot with the radio and gun. Officer Cerna was able to request assistance, but also bystanders came to see what was going on, and Cerna was heard telling them to take care of his partner. As they wait for backup and ambulances to arrive, the suspect was able to make his way to an office building a block away, where he entered the building, bursting into an office and took 2 men hostage by gunpoint. He then made his way up the building to the 3rd floor, where he released those 2 men, but then took 3 men and a woman hostage. By the time he had done this, dozens of police cars had swarmed the block, and a SWAT team was actually called in. The police frantically followed his footsteps and were informed that he had taken hostages and had a gun. As they prepared to intercept and speak with the gunmen, ambulance and fellow officers rushed both Officer Gorrell and Cerna off to receive care. Officer Gorrell was sent to Brooks Army Medical Center, or BAMC, and was rushed into surgery, where he remained in critical condition. Officer Cerna was taken to Medical Center Hospital with a chest wound, but was in stable fair condition. Back at the scene of the building takeover and hostages, the suspect was not responding to police commands. One of the hostages, a 23-year-old Jerry Renowned, was one of the last ones to be released. He reported that when the suspect burst into the office with a gun, everyone was too stunned to react. Then once they realized what was happening, the suspect kept repeating that he did not want to hurt anyone, and he just needed a place to stay for the night. In fact, the standoff only lasted about 3 hours. But within those 3 hours, the gunman was not paying attention to the hostages. He really didn't care for them, as many witnesses also reported. When he left the room or had his back turned, they were simply able to get away, According to the San Antonio Light newspaper publication, the last hostage to leave, so the suspect tried to give him the pistol, but he refused to take it. The last hostage was released around 8:30 p.m. Reports from that day state that the suspect surrendered to police and was taken into custody after negotiators assured him he would not be hurt. After getting the suspect to the station, 28-year-old David Johnson was identified. It was reported that he was homeless and he had mental health problems, and he had initially gave police a fake alias. He was charged with 2 counts of attempted capital murder and jailed with bonds in the millions of dollars. Officer Cerna would recover from his injuries and eventually be released. Officer Gorrell would unfortunately be in coma for the next 4 months, leading to his passing at end of watch on July 5th, 1988. He was survived by his wife, daughter, and son. The family was surrounded by the community, and they were actually among the first to receive support and services from the 100 Club of San Antonio. Officer Cerna would recover from his injuries and continue serving with SAPD. He would pass away on January 21st, 2021. When he did pass away, he was honored by SAPD and San Antonio Fire Department. A beautiful honor procession would be held for Officer Cerna after serving 35 years. The Gorrell family would also go on and help other families of fallen police officers and firefighters over the years with the 100 Club. In 2008, the city, along with the input from SAPD, would name a newly opened park off of De Zavala Road, Edwyn J. Gorrell Memorial Park. It was dedicated in Officer Gorrell's name, along with a beautiful statue and a picture. The park boasts a playground, walking area, and picnic tables. His daughter would be quoted saying, "It's nice to have something to show her kids, since they never got to meet their grandpa." And overall, the family was honored to have this everlasting stamp on the city that he served. And then on January 22nd, 2020, Officer Gorrell was honored by SAPD with a special honor chair dedication. Many members of SAPD Bike and Foot Patrol Unit took time to remember him. San Antonio Police Officers Association and SAPD to this day do continue to honor his name. And we hope by sharing his story with you all that his legacy continues to live on and his name will be forever known. Thank you for listening to our story today. And remember, True-10 is brought to you by you, our listeners and supporters. You can follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and join us on Facebook. And remember, stay safe, San Antonio.